Jealousy. How does it impact Joseph's brothers? So often, jealousy and envy arise among those with whom we are very close, which makes the potential for serious consequences even more devastating. Indeed, a large portion of aggression, physical or psychological, today is found within the family circle. And jealousy and rivalry between family members is so often at the root. You should spend some time and read Genesis chapter 37, the entire chapter. Then ask yourself the question, what is the background to this story? Then follow it up with this second question, what led up to this criminal act? Then the follow-up question to that is, what role did jealousy play? It's hard to believe that these brothers could have been so cruel. Did they not think, too, about what their actions would do to their father? Their jealousy became so powerful that it overruled not only common sense, but common decency and morality as well. What a powerful lesson this should be to all of us about how potentially dangerous this emotion is. No wonder there's an entire commandment dedicated to warning us against it. Let's take a look at Exodus 20, verse 17. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or his servant, or maidservant, his ox or donkey, or anything that belonged to your neighbor. Besides all the pain their actions brought upon themselves and their father, they also feared for what Joseph would do to them after the death of their father Jacob. When Joseph's brothers saw that their father was dead, they said, "What if Joseph holds a grudge against us and pay us back for all the wrongs we did to him?" But Joseph's attitude could not be more noble, for he said, "Don't be afraid. Am I in the place of God?" Joseph had understood that his duty was to forgive the offenders and to trust in God's mercy and justice. The life of Joseph has been compared to the life of Jesus Christ. Jealousy moved his brothers to sell him as a slave. Some priests and elders were jealous of Jesus, and that jealousy fueled their actions against him. Joseph was sold to the heathen. Jesus was sold to his enemies. Joseph was falsely accused and sent to prison because of his virtue. Jesus was falsely accused and rejected because of his righteousness. Joseph displayed noble benevolence toward his brothers. Jesus, too, forgave his enemies. The evil actions against Joseph ultimately led to good. The same thing happened with Jesus, in that the evil done against him was turned to good as well. What kind of pain and suffering has jealousy and envy, whether your own or someone else's, brought to your life? What lesson have you learned from these experiences? How often, too, have you felt jealousy over things that today seem so trivial and meaningless?